Did you do the scores for the?
Yes, I've got it.
Yeah, did you
Here.
like it?
Yeah, like I actually went a lot better than I like. Really good.
I think when I work with the elite athletes, I kind of say, well, I think the average is 6, right? But I kind of say if you're an elite athlete, I guess the minimum would be 9 for most variables. Yeah, but the highest score is 12.
Yeah, so I got like, well, I gave myself like 11 and 10 for most things. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
so we
I
had
got,
coping with adversity, coachability, concentration.
yeah, the one that I got, my lowest score was goal setting and mental preparation. But even that was 8, the score
Still
there.
high.
So, but a lot of it I noticed ties in quite well with like my job. So, you know, yeah, confidence and motivation, sort of peaking under pressure. I deal with like a lot of, yeah, helping other people. So you sort of don't really care, like freedom from worry and yeah.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
There were a
Okay,
couple
yeah.
that, yeah.
Sorry, Adam?
There were a couple that I was, you know, I wanted to get a little bit better in, but it was like, it was definitely the goal setting and just trying to really focus on one thing when you've got like, you know, 50 different things happening in your day, dealing with different people and then also yourself and your social life and all these different things. So that's probably the one aspect I struggled with, but I know that's where I struggle.
And you know what? For any of these stuff, for me now, I just take it away and go, sweet. You know, I've learned something about myself, and I'm going to pay more.
Yeah.
It's probably your attention's not on it anyway. But now that in the back of your mind, you're like, I need to probably set goals better or prepare better. You're going to probably get it done now. So if you were to retest in 6 months' time, I'm sure your scores are going to be different.
Yeah, that's what I got out of it as well. It's good.
Without the awareness, you can't change, and that's why. I mean, for any of the strategies that you implement, you can't implement it until you know what you're doing right now. So I think it's really valuable, and I enjoy doing that. And usually with that questionnaire, I give it to, it's part of the induction process. The 3 of us sports psychs at the Institute said, well, let's do something. So we start with that activity. They fill it out before induction starts. And then I just get the group norms and I just basically talk to them about each of those variables. It's kind of like a buy-in, like, hey, this is what we do, and have a look at what your strengths are, the things you need to work on, and maybe you can come and we can work together and develop those skills. So it's kind of a buy-in thing for us. So
yeah.
All right. So this week I'll share my screen, Aidan. I think I've got an Explorer. Yep. Okay. That was last week. So this week, did you get a chance to do any of this stuff?
Yeah, I got. Let me just find it. I watched the lecture, and I did. I did 2 of the tasks, but I couldn't do the. Well, I didn't want to attempt the quizzes or that because I can't get the. I can't download the notes. It keeps saying.
Oh, you're
course is
experiencing that too.
available. Yeah, so I wanted to actually have the notes handy and on me when I actually go and do the quiz because I've only got the actual lecture to go off. Yeah, that's what I get. That's what pops up.
Okay, cool. I know you said that to me. Did you? I sort of forwarded to IT saying what's going on. Did they get that? They sent you an email basically saying something, but
no, I didn't. Oh, maybe.
I will find out what's going on. It's actually happening in my other course as well.
Yeah. I did
All
the
right,
other
so
stuff. Like I
I
did
sent you.
investigating thoughts and self-talk in sport. I think they're those two
Okay,
things.
I sent you the lecture notes. Did you get them? I
Just
sent
then,
it.
or
Oh no, yesterday I sent you a PDF of the reading and the lecture notes.
let me just check. What on the web student webmail or on?
Yeah, yeah.
Let me just check now.
Okay, so investigate thoughts.
Just download it.
Yeah. Usually in class for that first activity, I get them to do a dance. And they actually
Get them to do what?
I get them to do a dance.
Oh yeah.
So they've got to perform.
And then at the end say, oh yeah, I've got your
okay, sweet.
email.
But I will sort out what's going on with the lecture notes. I don't know what's going on, but I'll find out and try and fix it.
Yeah.
I wonder if it happens for future weeks. About the first activity, what I wanted to do is see your thoughts about doing a task. So I basically said,
sorry, I've only got. I'm just looking at now.
yeah.
I've only got. Maybe. Oh no, I've got the notes. Yeah, I found the notes.
Okay.
Yep, sorry.
Cool.
Yep.
That's okay.
Good.
The first task, I pretty much want you to explore what it's like to compete, right? So I gave you guys the task of doing a speech. Obviously, you don't have to do it, but
No.
I wanted you to explore the initial thoughts that you got when I said, okay, well, you've got to do a speech and film yourself. What were you thinking when you read that?
Oh, I guess like I wrote down there, it didn't faze me at all. But my second thought was I should probably prepare, even though it was only talking for a minute.
Yeah.
Like,
it's funny, you got to prepare for yourself, and it's like I'm going to do a speech soon to a group about my professional career, and I'm like, I better write some notes down. It's like, hang on, you've lived it. Like, why are you doing that?
Yeah, like I would have I've done it. I'd have been confident in what I was doing, but I would have just written some notes down and go, talking about myself. I would have just gone, talk about where you're from, talk about your career, talk about your interests. Otherwise, I would just rattle on with, one topic.
Yeah.
Just so, but it wouldn't have fazed me. Yeah.
I think your skills for communication are quite developed, though, aren't they? Because you're having to deal with clients all the time. You're having to, take leadership roles, talk. So if you're an introverted person, you might sort of panic about a task like this. So what I actually do with the face-to-face students is get them to do a dance, and they actually think they're not doing it, but I make them do it. So we explore the thoughts that they have initially. Then I get them to do the task. So during, they write their thoughts down, and at the end of it, they write their thoughts down. Yeah. So I'm trying to replicate kind of competition. Like, obviously it's not the same. Sometimes I teach dancers, and the dancer's like, yes, sweet, love it, just like you. You were like, yeah, cool, I'm confident and okay with this. And then there's other people, hell no, I don't want to do this task. This is, no, I'm going to look like an idiot. I find
that at work all the time.
Sorry?
I have that at work all the time. You're like, you tell someone, what if I tell you you're going to do, 10 Ks today? And they're just like, no, I'm not doing that. That's stupid. There's no way I could do that. And then you go, okay. And then you go back and then you get them, running a kilometre here or there. And then you add it up at the end of the session. They've actually run 10K. But the initial thought process was they can't do that, or they don't want to do this or do that. And
that's awesome. You know what? For you, the important thing is to tap into their thoughts. What are their thoughts about the task? the thoughts about the task, but also belief that they can do the task. So
Yeah.
So it's kind of your bread and butter, isn't it?
Yeah.
Identify ways to enhance self-efficacy. That's cool. Have a look at.
Yeah, that's the quiz that I didn't do. The quizzes.
Oh, the quizzes is just revision. So
Yeah, but I didn't have the notes or the readings or anything to sort of have a look at. Yeah, so I was going to do them obviously once I got the notes and that. But yes, I've got them now. So
okay, have a look at that. Don't panic about that. There's no marking on those quizzes.
Yeah.
So what's this? Oh, these are questionnaires or return to my role.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, cool. Oh yeah, so read through the lecture notes and watch the lecture.
Yeah.
And then go through. So it's just like see what you can remember.
Yeah.
And then what else should I have? Test knowledge. Okay, so that's that. And then a negative thinking questionnaire. So really looked at.
Yeah. I did that one. Yeah.
Answer of a student. Yeah, so I got you to think of a negative situation and what thoughts typically accompany the negative situation. Do you want to share yours with me?
Yeah. I put down like long distance running. Whenever I do long, like if I do long distance running just by myself on the treadmill, if I'm not feeling it that day, I find ways to get uncomfortable, and then I find ways to compromise and say, oh, if I get to 2.5K, that'll be more than enough. But when I hopped on, my plan was to do 10K, or the plan was to go on it for an hour, but you compromise and go, oh, I'll do half an hour, and I'll do half an hour stretching. But once you get that mindset, it's the only thing you care about. You're like, I'll just get to that point and then I'm done. But what works best for me, it's not music, but if there's sport on the TV in front of me.
Yeah.
So I'll try and time it a bit better. So summer's a good time for me to do that in the middle of work, because if the cricket's on, or if any footy's on and that, I'll just put that on, and to me I just watch it, and before you know it, 30-40 minutes has gone past, because you've just watched the whole half or a session. But I can't run with music, because I'd rather be mindlessly watching something as opposed to being really pumped and trying to get through a 3-minute burst.
Yeah.
So
because I end up counting the songs. Okay, so that was one
same.
song. So that's 4 minutes down.
I do the same. I'll go like, I'll try and get through this playlist, which I know goes for say 52 minutes, but I'll get 2 songs in, and my hip starts tweaking, or my back starts starting to pull, and you just start to go, oh well, what if I get to 15 minutes and there's something magical about seeing a nice round or even number, and you're like, oh, that's more than enough, but I haven't done the thing that I actually intended to do. But when the basketball was on and I watched the whole game, you had the last 2 minutes of the Boomers game when they played USA, and that went for 10 minutes. So it was an extra 10 minutes worth of running.
Absolutely.
Because instead I would have looked at it and go, I'll just run for another 2 minutes, but I was just on it until the game finished. I ended up running for another 10 minutes and, got another 2K under my belt.
Yeah. It's a hard task. The treadmill is a tough task. And I have to do what you do. I have no problems getting to the gym. I don't care about having my phone with me. I just need my earphones so I can plug it in. I watch The Chaser. I don't know. I just make sure I go at times where I'm actually intrigued by the TV. And I have been watching it, which is really weird. I hated the news, but otherwise I watch Sky News or something just to learn what's going on in the world.
Yeah. I just like that. I spend so much time around music all the time. It's always playing. It doesn't hype me up unless you put on your music and you're doing weights. But then if I'm training with someone as well, I don't have my earphones in if I'm training with my with my mate, or so you just get used to doing it. But I like the actual, just watching something, because then I feel like when I'm playing any sport, I'm used to sort of running without being so hyped up or so, I can actually control my breathing. I can work on my strides. I can actually work at, you know, different distractions, people walking past, chatting to you rather than just being in a zone.
Yeah, yeah. You know what would be cool, Aiden, if they had like on machines, like a computerized, sometimes I need to read, like I have to read for whatever work, maybe to write a lecture. I'd love to have like a screen that can blow up the writing. So instead of having to look at this, anyway, just a thought. I was like, I'd love that, because I don't want to, it's when you're running and you can't fit a big book up there, and it'd be good.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, I put my, when I watch any of the lectures or anything like that, or when watching any YouTube videos, I put my iPad in front of the screen, and I just walk up the hill for, for me, it's a lucky dip. Like if you do a lecture and I'm watching it and it goes for an hour, I know I'm on that treadmill for an hour because I've got to watch the whole thing. Yeah. But if your lecture goes for 20 minutes, I know I'm only doing it for that time. So
that's
you just
cool.
pop on and to me that goes quite quick, because it's like right now I'm doing nothing. But if I was to watch it, like rewatch this, I'd be on the treadmill or just doing something. Or I often at home, I've got an exercise bike sitting behind the couch, and if the football's on, I just sit there and ride. There's something I can try and fit in, try and do two birds, one stone.
Absolutely.
Exercise and do something. But
I do the same.
It's the way I'm wired.
I was just saying we're quite similar. I love it. I'm like, hang on a minute, I could watch this and get that done. Let's do it.
Yeah. I'm going to open up an hour somewhere else.
Yeah. So I just got you to explore that. And obviously the good thing about you is you're quite developed, that you put in strategies to come up. You might actually, if you haven't got visual stimulus, you might have to change up your playlist once in a while so that you don't have the same playlist, because that in itself might have become boring for you, or what I mean.
Yeah.
But you always have the TV, so who cares? Like, we want to hope you always have the TV.
Yeah.
What do I want to talk about? Yeah, so I just got you to identify it, and then the things that you do to overcome it. So for you use distraction, which is great. But yeah, this week was really more of a self reflection kind of a week, where you look at your internal thoughts, and you have a look at what's productive, what's positive, what's negative, what's not productive. So, and like I said, and like you've said, I think your experience with clients gives you so much insight on how important, because what you say to yourself, ironically, is what you end up doing.
Yeah.
So,
what I've found since doing even this little topic is, when I first started, you get so many clients, they're different, but you kind of categorize them as all the same when you first start. So like you have them for 3 years now, and you actually realize how unique and different. Like when I first started, you're trying to do the same approach with a few modifications to pretty much every client. Whether it be, hey, just come after work and try and do something, and try and, do something every day. But then as even just doing this last 2 or 3 weeks, I've really noticed how unique and individual each person I train is. And you've got to try and, instead of trying to find a 5-minute quick fix as to how to get at that, I've actually got to sit down and do questionnaires with them, and actually reassess them, reevaluate them, look at them from a different point of view, and not get stuck on my first impression with them, or their first impression that they wanted to do training wise, because they're a completely different person 3 or 4 years on.
Yeah, it's all about understanding the individual that you're working with. And we make an error when we try and put band-aids, quick fixes. Hang on, if you just took an extra 30 minutes and sat down and actually learn to understand them, you'll be more effective.
Yeah. Like for instance, because they're paying for a session, they actually want to train, and some of them only pay once a week, and it's the only time you get to see them. You get so focused on actually trying to deliver them a really good session for what they're paying for, and technically they're not actually paying you for, mindset and goal setting and nutrition. They're actually paying you for just an actual training session, which is what you get so focused on actually delivering.
Yeah.
But then the training sessions actually start to fall short because the effort's not there, and the extra stuff that they're meant to be doing isn't doing. So I've actually stepped back from going so intense with the training and actually sat back and actually talked to them about what's going on, and we need to do this, we need to do that, set down little disciplines with them. And they haven't trained in, they might have trained in 2 or 3 weeks properly, but they've done their other stuff that they've needed to do. So they've still trained, but they've not trained with me, where I've just focused on actually coaching them, making sure they're all right, checking up on them, and they're actually better. Well, they're week 2 or 3 into it, so we'll see what they're like in 2 or 3 months. But yeah, it's put them in a better direction.
But Aidan, what I'm hearing is you're doing a holistic approach, and goal, you need to, because they're a human being first, and then you've gone, right, this is you as an individual, here's all about you, I'm learning to understand you, and here's the stuff that's going to work for you. I would definitely knock it, at least 10 minutes at the start, 5 minutes at the end, just to get that rapport, that information. But that's gold. You're doing really well.
Thank you.
And I do like that you're always with me online. I don't know if there's anybody else still doing it. So I think Holly might have contacted me last week. You continue to do your presentation by yourself. I sent you some guides yesterday on how to do what I'm doing now and recording. So that's all you have to do. I don't have to be live with you. Yeah, so you've got, I think I sent it via email, and I also gave you how to do a Google Doc where you can share it, but you're not having to share. So you just do a handout. Okay.
No, I'll see if I can track it down.
Oh, Aidan, it is. I've also put it in the assessment. Actually, I should say that to everybody. If you go to the assessment part, we're July, aren't we? They're here. So I put them there, but I've also, so here's how to create a Google Doc, but like I said, you're not going to have to do that. And this is how to create a Google Hangout. So in this, it actually has a link, and it will take you to a YouTube clip that tells you how to do that. It's focused for lecturers, but it's still the same instruction.
Okay. So I'm doing it on Google Hangout, am I? Or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, do you have another method that you want to use? Stop sharing.
Nah, whatever works best. We can roll with that. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah. Just use that. Yeah. I mean, I found this to be effective. The only time it wasn't effective is when I recorded 6 lectures and the slides weren't moving. But anyway, so I've got my head around that now. So, right, Aidan, that's it for today. I don't have much to share. I will post in the same section. Let me just share my screen again. In the same section that I had here, I'm going to put a scaffold, I'll just find it, one sec. I'm going to put a sort of a template that you can actually start brainstorming how you want to do your essay. Hopefully I have it in the study guide. Not sure what week. Okay, so I've got a template. I do want to show you it. Okay, that's not there. Performance. I don't know where I put it, but I'm going to posted up there, and it's just basically a table that allows you to brainstorm how to set up your assessment tasks.
Okay.
I don't know where it is. Okay, I'm going to just email it to you, but I'll also post it up in this section here, okay?
Yep.
And then we can talk about that next week.
Yep, sweet.
All right.
Awesome.
Brilliant. All right, you have a great week.
You too.
Oh, you got your essay sorted?
Yeah. I emailed him through, and then he emailed and said it was an error on their end, and I said awesome. So I'll wait to hear back how it went. But I had it all done 2 days beforehand, and it didn't click to me until Sunday as to how to actually submit it, and then I couldn't submit it. So.
And it's freaky.
Yeah.
I freaked myself out with every time I had to hand something in, something went. Like the printers ran out of ink, or like way back when.
Well, yeah, I tried to get it done because I had a fair bit to not do, but I wanted to do some things on the weekend and hang out with a few people. So I got it all done beforehand, and was like, "Yep, no worries, no stress." Got it all done. I was pretty happy with it, pretty confident. And then submit, and then I couldn't every number I tracked down, I could not get at all. Couldn't get it. I only had work ones, and I only had yours. And I emailed him before I called you saying, I can't get a hold of it. If I can't get it done in the next hour, I'll just email it through to you, and you can tell me what the next step is from there. But I emailed it through, and he said it was all right.
I would say in future, don't waste your time on that stupid stuff. Like so many times, how many times have you got onto my thing and the link's not working? Like we don't actually know half the time why it's not working either. So I always just email the work and just say something's wrong with the link.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was only maybe 10 or 20 minutes just trying to get through everything, but I hadn't actually physically looked into how to actually submit it either. So I was like, oh, why is this? I don't even know how to do it. Then I looked it all up. I looked at the links, and there was no link. But yeah, I was glad I did that. I had my assignment done by Friday when it was due Sunday, instead of having it due, finishing it at Sunday at 11:30 and
then
having to deal with all that stuff. Yeah, and trying to contact you guys or anything like that at such a late time.
Oh, bless. All right, we're done. I'll see you.
Thank you.
All right, see you later.
Yeah, bye.